Welcome to DGB Hikes. I am the Dutch Greybeard, and today we're going to do a so-called NS wandeling. These are hikes that start from a train station and go to the next train station. Today I'm going to walk the Kennemerduinen, which to me is a familiar walk. I've walked it many times before. The hike is about 16 kilometers long, and I hope I can walk it all the way because the rainfall has been so bad. Chances are that I have to turn around at points because of the water. I'm now cycling to Haugen, which is the station where I usually step on the train. It's a short ride to Zandpoort Noord, which takes about 20 minutes altogether, so it's a short ride. There I will start the walk, and I'll be walking to station Haarlem, and at that station is the end of the walk. It's a bit cloudy today, but it's not raining, and with 14 degrees Celsius, 15 at most, it's just perfect hiking weather. Please come along with me for this hike. I'll do the walking, you do the watching.
Deels om toch wat zaken samen te houden.
There is so much water everywhere, I had to make a detour, and I really have no idea if I can get back on my hiking route again. I need to find a left turn as soon as possible, but I'm afraid that won't be so easy. So I'm completely off track now. Every time I can take a turn in the direction I should be going, then the access is prohibited or there's water, so there's no way I can get back on my track. So I'm not quite sure where this is going, but we'll see. So I've been hiking for over an hour now. Off my trail, that's what I mean, sorry. I've been walking way longer, but I've been off trail for about an hour now. Trying to find my way back into the dunes here. But it's tricky. Look over here. This is the reality we're facing. This is not too bad. I can get around here, but I've got no idea what we'll be finding up ahead the road. For now, I think we can easily establish that this hike didn't go exactly as planned. Which is fine, I really don't mind that. So this behind me is the entry point to the dunes. Trying to get back to my track. And as you can see, it's really closed off. And if I go that way, then I'll have to do a very long hike along the beach, which is fine. I mean, I could do that, but it's really stretching my physical limits. So I'm afraid I'm gonna have to call it for this hike. Pity. Just didn't work out as I hoped it would. So what I'll be doing, I'll be walking to the nearest train station or bus station and get public transportation back home. I'll just walk a little bit more that way, see what it looks like. Another change of plan. Turns out that about 100-200 meters I have found the way in to the dunes. At least I hope so. Ah, there's the beach. I'm not quite sure really what to do right now at this point. Well, I can see down there, I don't know if the GoPro picks this up, that there's no way I'm gonna get through there. So, I'm afraid that my initial backup plan is still in place right now. Gotta be careful that I don't break my neck over here. Oh, there's a path to the left here. See if that works. Probably not, but you can never tell. I'm gonna give it a go. Who knows? Probably be stopped very soon by water, such as this over here. This is about the view of my hike for today. And then, alright, turn around. This is useless. But I'm gonna give it a go to the right here. And we'll see how far I come. So I'm almost back at the original trail, and I'm walking this path through the dunes, but it's very heavy walking. It's sand, and I'm walking parallel to the beach over there. So I think I'm gonna go over to the beach where the walking is much easier than over here. The only thing is, how do I get there? chill wind over here. And this is all I've got on me. Got no jacket with me. But one great advantage, I've got the wind in my back. I'm really due for a break at the moment, but this looks nicer than it is with this wind. So I'll just pass for the moment. This is a beautiful beach. Walking on the edge of the North Sea. It's not exactly the same spot, but this is more or less the place I grew up. I grew up more north. There are the sluices of IJmuiden, and about 10 kilometers further up north, that's where I grew up. So I'm on familiar territory here. My timing to walk this beach couldn't have been worse. You always want to walk the beach when it's low tide. Then you have a large part of the path that is hardened by the water. But at the moment it's high tide at its peak, which means there's only a very small part that's a little bit hardened, and there you have the sand, which is very tough walking. And this is not ideal as well. So I should plan better next time, although otherwise I would have walked here about 5 hours from now or 5 hours before now, which is not very convenient. Should have gotten up at 4 o'clock this morning then. So we'll have to deal with it. And another piece of bad timing, it's a Sunday, which means it's crowded here. It's tempting, but I've lost so much time. I've been walking 12 kilometers non-stop. So I think I deserved a break after all the commotion. Very thirsty. So let's deal with that first. At the point where I entered this part of the trail back into the dunes, there was this sign that there's still a lot of high water and that people who want to go through this route will be having a problem. So I'm very curious how far I can get. For now, lunch. So I'm nearing the end of this hike. I believe I will hit the 20-kilometer mark today. It's been a beautiful hike, really beautiful, with some hindrances, as you have seen. But I love this. I love this piece of nature here next to my house. By the way, in the introduction, I mentioned that I was arriving at Zandpoort Noord station, train station, and would be walking to the station of Haarlem. I lied, not knowing I did, but turns out I'll be leaving from the station of Overveen, which, if you're familiar with this area, sounds way more logic. So I've got about 2 kilometers left to walk to the station. But I already want to thank you for joining me on this hike. Hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. This is Dutch Greybeard, signing off.